Hi everyone, how are you? This is going to be a good video. I'm going to answer a question that I get actually sort of frequently on my apps and in general, and these people who are trying to start a trucking business, they ask me how to start a trucking business and how do you write a business plan that's for trucking and how is it different from regular business plans. So in this video I'm going to answer. And by the way, I'm not a trucker. There are some things that I don't know about this industry, and the things that I don't know, I'm going to explain them. I'm gonna note, as I'll say, I don't know. So what I do know is that there is some capital that you will need. This kind of a business requires capital. This business also requires some licensing. So let's get into it, right? How do you know which licenses you need or things like that? Well, first of all, the simple license is you need a commercial driver license. And I bet if you're in this field, you already have one. So let's get into the next one. There are some federal regulations, right? Obviously, you also need insurance, and obviously, you also need a truck. So, and there are some federal regulations. The federal regulations are not sure what they are exactly, but they're easy to find out. And there are also some regulations from your state. So, and the state is per state. You got to figure out with your state. You just got to call the Secretary of State office or figure out there and figure it out with them. And you can also call your, I don't know if it's relevant for the trucking business, but you can call this city hall or the county and see if they have additional requirements for you. Now, of course, you will need insurance. We already covered that. And you will need to get a truck. And all that means that you will need to raise money. How much money? Well, if you watch my other videos, you would know that there's such a thing as a cash flow statement where you itemize all your costs to start and then cost after you get going. And then that's how you figure out how much money you will need, right? And I have a whole video of how to create a cash flow statement and how to figure out exactly how much money you will need. The challenge is to raise that money. Now, to raise that money, I have another video which goes over fundraising techniques like grants, loans, donations, investment, creative things you can do to raise money, many things. If you're in trucking, of course, your clients can pay you to deliver, right? It's just a matter of getting the orders sometimes and getting the payments before the orders, right? So you can, but it's not easy because it's time sensitive and things like that. But there are many ways with which you can raise money. So, and none of those ways are particularly easy, by the way. Raising money is hard. It's always hard. I don't want to paint a picture like it's so easy, but you can, do it from savings, whatever. I mean, it's hard, but if you want to have a business, if it's really your dream, then it's okay to do something that's hard. I mean, you got to put the effort into it. So there are statistics that really say that, if you're a truck driver and you're working for a truck driving company, you're probably going to get, $30,000 to $50,000 a year salary. But if you're a truck driver operator, if you have your own business, you can earn upwards of $100,000, sometimes upwards of $150,000. Now, if that sounds exciting, hold on. The problem with that is you got to drive the truck. Then you have to do all your sales. Then if your customers complain or something's not right or something didn't get delivered somewhere, you have to do your support, right? You have to do your customer support. So, and you can't be doing that while driving, right? So you will need people to help you. So sometimes it's really good if your spouse can help you or something, something like that, or somebody, if you get somebody part-time or salesperson. If you can get a great salesperson, then that would be amazing because they can just get you so many routes that you'll need to be hiring more and more trucks. You won't be able to do it yourself. So working with an amazing salesperson is highly recommended in this, right? And of course, if your family can help you with sales support or customer support, and you have a great salesperson, then you have all the pieces of the puzzle there. So working with a salesperson can really help you because you do not have the time to get clients while you're driving, right? You do not have to explore all the routes. But if you have a salesperson or eventually a few salespeople, then that's a great partnership because they can get commissions, and you can take most of the money that comes in from the from the driving, and that's probably the best scenario. So if you got your own truck somehow, maybe even to start, it's even somehow possible to rent a truck, because sometimes it's not easy to raise a lot of money for a truck. So sometimes you gotta build up to getting that truck by maybe renting the truck or somehow borrowing or sharing the truck, whatever. You've got to make it happen, because, as you know, working for a trucking company is hard. I mean, they don't pay a lot, so whatever you can do to get your own driving kind of business going, it will be much better. So I hope that's been insightful. I hope kind of that's something that you can use for starting your own trucking business. And if it was insightful, or if I missed something, please comment and let me know in the comments. And of course, please subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you are starting a business, I have made business apps which can help you with your business. They cover business ideas, business planning, marketing, and fundraising, which are things you really need if you are starting a business. So check them out. They're available in Problemio.com, or you can search for Problemio in any of the app stores, like Apple App Store, Android, Kindle, Nook, or you can just check out the description. In the description of this video, I'll have the link to it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.